My dear students, ladies and gentlemen, after some days I am going to discuss on first paper unit 13 lesson 1. The title of the unit, Greatest Scientific Achievements. We know or we see many scientific achievements in last 50 years, such as here the writer has mentioned the artificial heart, cell phone, the personal computer, communication, satellite, and the moon landing, the internet, worldwide, the microchip, etc. We know science has done many things for our comfortable life, for our personal life, for our social life, family life, for our national life, international life. So we can say science is very much helpful for our development, especially last 50 years. Science development is unparalleled. Here the writer has told many things, but in my limited time I would like to discuss on one thing, that is cell phone or mobile phone, which is very much common for all classes people of the world. This mobile phone nowadays is very much essential, which we couldn't think before 30 years in Bangladesh. Now it is very much common from lower class to upper class, from rickshaw puller to MP ministers, etc. All classes people, we can see, use this cell phone or mobile phone. This cell phone or mobile phone, first I would like to go through the text, then I will deliver my lecture from my own language. Cell phones have been around since the late 80s, but cell phones made their appearance only in the 1990s. Today, by some estimate, more than 100 million people in Bangladesh and more than 4.6 billion people worldwide have mobile phones. Anything that is useful and spreads so fast has to be considered one of the greatest inventions of all time. Just 2 decades ago, in Bangladesh, even landlines were difficult to obtain, let alone mobile phones. Today, people from all social strata use cell phones, from street vendors to business executives in luxury cars and from villages to urbanities. Since May 2015, Bangladesh joined its South Asian neighbors India 862 million and Pakistan 122 million on the list of the countries with 100 million or more mobile phone users. The other countries on the list are China 1 billion users, Russia, Brazil and United States, Indonesia, Japan, Germany and the Philippines and Nigeria. This is the description we have received from text. Now, dear students, I would like to draw your attention. I am going to deliver on this mobile phone, touch mobile or button mobile. Button mobile you do not use, we know, but we can communicate through button mobile. But it is very much neglected thing for you. You can think valuable, fashionable touch mobile. Nowadays mobile phone is very much useful, helpful and essential for all classes people, from lower class to upper class, from rickshaw puller to secretary, MP, minister, etc. So we cannot deny it, we cannot avoid it. We have to use it for our daily life, for our personal life, for our family life, for our social life, for our political life, religious life, cultural life, national life, international life, business life. Everywhere this mobile phone is essential, no doubt. But it is very much tragic that young generation use it in our country for their own pleasure, which is very much harmful for them. So we can say it is very much essential, very much helpful, no doubt, but at the same time it is very much harmful, very bad for the young generation. Our culture and European culture, one culture differs from another culture. What the culture permitted is permitted for Europe or America is completely prohibited in our culture. That is why when young generation can see this prohibited cultural activities imported from Europe or America, they can enjoy more and more. They can get pleasure more and more. But it is very much harmful for our young generation because these are prohibited for our young generation. So, prohibited things are very much charming for the young generation. They use touch mobile at dead night, alone, lonely, and hour to hour use it, and they can see very much prohibited things, naked things, cultural assault, we can say. they enjoy very much. And our doctors also suggest these are very much harmful for the brain of the young generation. But we are very much helpless to the young generation. We are unable to control, to check them. That is the main problem. So, I would like to suggest all my dear students, you should use this mobile phone for your communication, for your necessary life, such as I am taking online class. You should, of course, follow this lecture online class. You should use touch mobile. But if you use all times or that night, which is prohibited for or cultural assault, if you use these things alone or lonely at that night, these are the very much harmful for your brain, for your life, for your total life. So I would like to suggest, dear students, you should not use your mobile for difficulties, situation that is, which is harmful, bad ideas or bad things, which is prohibited for the young generation. If you use or enjoy at dead night, this European culture or American culture which is prohibited for our country, if we enjoy at dead night lonely or alone, you will lose your brain, you will lose your health condition, and you will see various type of physical problem which our doctors suggest young generation to avoid these bad cultural things, to enjoy these bad cultural things. So, you should follow constructive life, not destructive life. You should be sincere, attentive, you should be dutiful, you should maintain your discipline, you must not be irregular, you must not be indisciplined, you must not be use prohibited things. This is my suggestion to all my dear students who will enjoy this lecture. My suggestion to you, them all, you should follow constructive things, you should avoid destructive things, you should follow good things, you should avoid bad things. This is my suggestion to you. I would like to request my dear students, you should follow my suggestion. Another point I would like to draw your attention, especially for the first year students. You buy your English book, first paper, Poppy Guide. It is very much helpful because it is easy language for the rural areas, village areas students. So it is helpful for them for first paper. And second paper, you will follow advance. You should buy advance book. First paper you must buy Poppy, and second paper you must buy advance. Grammatical side, advance is very much advanced. So advance is very much helpful for grammatical side. Second paper, and first paper is Poppy. You should buy these two books. First paper Poppy Guide and second paper Advance, Chaudhary and Hussain, by Chaudhary and Hussain. Okay, dear students, today I would like to conclude my lecture. I wish you good luck, happy life, peaceful life, comfortable life, constructive life. My prayer to Almighty for all my students for their constructive life. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you all.